How do you farm Bloodvine without a Blood Scythe? Well, you can't, but we'll show you how any class can loot Jinxed Hoodoo Piles solo. This is for herbalists who want a Blood Scythe and anyone after their Punctured Voodoo Doll for their class quest. Hey there, thanks for watching. I'm Dangerous Rogue, bringing you gaming hints, tips and hacks fresh from the jungle. Today, we'll show you how to get to and loot Jinxed Hoodoo Piles for Blood Scythes and Punctured Voodoo Dolls in ZG. While I'm playing my rogue in this video, rest assured that I don't use any sneaky rogue tricks. In fact, for the most part, we're either mounted or naked, meaning that no matter what class you play, you can do this too. ZG is one of my favourite instances. It's nice to be finally outdoors again, at least in WoW. The start of the instance here is the hardest part of what we have to do for these runs. Right now, we're waiting for the green triangle down the hill to pat back up. We also have to be careful of the blue square on the right. It's in a safe position now, but sometimes it pats over to the arch. We run over this hill, keeping to the left and stop on a particular tuft of grass. From here, we line up the fern on the other side nestled in the tree roots. Make a run for it once moon is as far right as it goes. You should not get in combat. If so, turn tail for the entrance exactly the way you came and try again. I got unlucky and ran into another pat, and I really wanted to stealth or vanish here, but we know that's against the rules. So I turn around and look for a place to hide. I was going to run out, but it felt like we needed a backup plan after all that effort. As it turns out, pillars are kinda good for line of sighting mobs. If this happens to you, dismount, move your camera top down, and hug the opposite side of the pillar to the mobs. Once they're past, mount up again, cross the bridge, and turn to the left. From here we're going to take a running jump across the water to the very corner of the altar of the blood god. You'll probably aggro the hook-tooth frenzy fish in the water, but they'll de-aggro after a few seconds. We're pretty safe from the crocs, but the berserker is a level 62, so make sure it's well back on the platform before moving out. Before you get to the end of the bridge, slow down and check for pats. There are 4 or 5 pats that cross our path on our way to the Panther boss area at the Temple of Bethek. We're pretty clear this time around, except for that berserker. You do not want to aggro berserkers. They hit for roughly 2k on leather and slow you, so you'll have a bad day. Speaking from experience. Once clear, head to the top of the temple steps and jump down onto the middle level. From here, we can see our Jinxed Hoodoo Pile amongst a whole bunch of panthers and trolls. Soloing a 20-person raid? Isn't this cool? If you think so too, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Stick around to see how to loot these Jinxed Hoodoo Piles, drop rates, and learn why Bloodvine should be worth good gold. First, it's time to get naked. Strip down except for your ranged weapon for those of us who don't have spells. Now take a run to check for a big stealth panther that could be waiting to ruin your day when you go to loot. She slowly pats clockwise around the base of the temple. Mobs can't path to us on this middle level, which means that after a few seconds we can get out of combat. And that's our plan. If it's all clear, take a shot at one of the panthers and start running. We need to jump down to the ground or onto the stairs before the mobs de-aggro, but you definitely don't want to do it too early either. Get back to the top, watch your panthers aggro half the instance, and wait for as long as possible before jumping down. The shadow hunters are ranged, so keep that in mind. Also, mobs can hit you from above if you are underneath them, so don't do what I do here. Get right to the edge ready to jump down again. Turn your camera to watch the mobs. They start to run back ever so slightly before you leave combat, so as soon as you see them move, make a run for the pile and cross your fingers for some loot. I'm pretending not to be a rogue today, so I'll cop the inevitable death here, but if you are a rogue or a druid, you can re-stealth and get away without dying. That's assuming the hoodoo pile doesn't mind control you. Yep, you go all Zulian and get to hang with your troll buddies before you die. Anyway, let's try the next hoodoo pile. We got lucky again on this next run with only the one pat to contend with. This time we can just sneak past this berserker if we hug the wall. If you do happen to aggro something, don't panic and get up to the top of the temple as fast as possible. Once you're up, jump down onto the middle level and watch the mobs de-aggro, just like we did before. A Blood Scythe gives a chance for Bloodvine to drop off any herb in ZG, kinda like Swift Thistle can drop off Briarthorn. Bloodvine is used in a heap of leatherworking and blacksmithing recipes, but most notably is used in tailoring to create the Bloodvine garb. This is a 3-piece set for clothies that has a bucket load of spell hit on it, making it best in slot for pretty much any caster, so Bloodvine should be in high demand. All up, we looted 15 hoodoo piles. The loot table from these piles included nothing, runecloth, punctured voodoo dolls for class quests, and of course the Blood Scythe. We found 3 Blood Scythes in total, meaning that 1 in every 5 piles should have a Blood Scythe. If this holds, you should have your Blood Scythe within 3 instance resets, or 6 deaths for the macabre. There is a third voodoo pile accessible to certain classes which we'll cover off in another video. And there you have it, a Blood Scythe followed by an inevitably bloody death. Let us know how many piles it takes to get your Blood Scythe in the comments, and for more of our hints, tips and hacks, make sure to hit that subscribe button. This is Danetree Rogue, gone rogue. See you next week.